Well, look, I figured that if we were gonna play a mafia game, you gotta go with Italians. I mean, that's not wrong to say, right? Welcome to City of Gangsters, folks, and we are going to be playing with the Italian mob in Chicago. In fact, of course, this is not a direct descendant of the Italian mob. We're just a regular Italian citizen that has kind of fallen into a life of crime. Now, I want to go ahead and just get the right name, and I do enjoy, actually, this randomized selection. Some pretty awesome names do come up, and as you can see, you don't just have to choose from Italian. There are a number of different, of course, factions you can choose from. And now that I'm thinking about it, Russian does seem interesting. Maybe we go for Gavrili Kiselev, the Dagger of Odessa. Let's start our own Let's Play. Let's jump right in, folks, into Chicago. Now, there are several cities that, of course, we could play in, but we are going to be going for the great city of Chicago. I think it's the grandest we currently have. And, of course, starting with this wonderful new family. Let's see exactly where we actually wind up in the city, hopefully close to one of the bridges here. And as you can see, we are just a 19-year-old Russian straight over from the boat. And it certainly looks like we're going to get a fresh start over here in the new neighborhood. Well, first things first, folks. We're not going to be able to make a living out here unless we manage to actually start a front. And currently, Bessie Nyberg, our aunt, actually owns this particular lumber and supply company. Now, we can, of course, use our great relationship with her to get this thing off the road and get the glorious Kiselev family started here. I am going to do that, but for now, my focus is really going to be on the new operation. I just want to see what's possible, and over time, we can unlock different operations. First, we want to see what people really want. So, in fact, we'll go ahead and just use her support to improve our relation over here with people in the neighborhood. Now, given some time, we want to actually turn one of these buildings into a front and use that to spread our message. And as you can see, over here at Doris Timofeev, it looks like she is going to agree to become a front over here for our family. And, of course, we're going to offer protection to local businesses, and because of that, the people are slowly going to, I'm not going to say like us or trust us, but they're going to rely on us and depend on us. So that's the idea, is get them counting on us completely. So, in fact, we're going to talk to the locals here, and it looks like we could do a little meet and greet with the neighborhood, maybe have a little block party, and, of course, get everybody happy about the new folks in town. Let's end that first turn. The story of the Kiselev family is growing. I absolutely love it. It also looks like we're slowly but surely learning about new resources. We are going to need these in time. We also have to see what the people want to buy. So it looks like, for instance, this woman is actually purchasing brick wine and homemade beer. It's definitely something we may want to come back to and maybe sell our wares over here and make a little bit of extra money. But to do that, we've actually got to set up an operation and get those wares. Now, you see over here, we've actually got some wonderful brick wine left in the lumber supply company, and that's thanks to my aunt, Bessie Nyberg. It's a shame it's not vodka, but give it time, boys, and we'll get there. Trust me on that one. So let's go ahead and sell some brick wine. We can actually increase or decrease the price at will. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and just sell her at a standard price. We really don't want her on our bad side. And just check how our expansion is coming along. It's doing pretty well. So in about 5 turns, the neighborhood is actually going to grow in terms of their support for us. Now, the idea is to expand, of course, our territory as much as possible, but also to take a look at these other businesses. And when we see these little tickets appear next to the business, we know that they owe us a favor. Why do they owe us a favor? Well, because if they don't do the favor for us, maybe something happens to their windows. You know what I'm saying? They know to listen to us. I mean, when you got an intimidating guy like Mr. Tiselev here, coming to you and visiting, or Kiselev rather, then you're gonna have some issues. So let's take a look here, and once again, we could use a bit of support here for us, for our gang, but I'm actually gonna wait a bit. I'm gonna see her around. We can actually go pick up the additional wine here and sell it. This is gonna allow us to, of course, make a profit and really ultimately invest in that actual front. The front is gonna be so important, and in fact, we've got to find somebody that buys moonshine here. Oh, we still have some wine to sell, because if we can get somebody to buy moonshine, that's actually going to fetch us a pretty penny. The Kiselev outfit has to continue, boys. so first things first, let's go here to the fountain. What does she want to sell or buy? And actually, she sells grape concentrate. The reason that that's important information is we can use grape concentrate to make homemade brick wine. Yeah, it's pretty disgusting, but honestly, you know, it does come in handy every now and again. During Prohibition, you'll drink just about anything. That's just the way things are. So let's go ahead, see her around, and we're going to start working our way up here next turn, but I actually want to go ahead and meet the other businesses here, because we're going to be expanding this way, hopefully, and it's probably a good idea to get some of these businesses on our good side. We'll also check to see what they're selling, and again, sometimes they're selling things like bricks, which we're going to need anyway to build our second front, but sometimes they're selling or buying things that we actually have: brick wine, moonshine, etc. So we've been introduced to this lady up here. She just happens to own a standard coal company. And let's see what she will buy or sell. And as you can see, she will sell our brick wine, and we're going to make a little bit more of a profit here. In fact, I'm going to sell it 20% over market price. That's right, I'm getting greedy, and I'm glad, because look at that. We're actually going to sell 21 crocks of wine to her, and that is going to make us a nice pretty penny there to 715. What we really need to do, though, is find somebody willing to buy our moonshine. The moonshine is the moneymaker right now, at least until we get to more advanced forms of course, processing alcohol out here. Now, there are certain ways in the game to go ahead and just discover who's selling moonshine, and you can just kind of click here. It would pop up if somebody was selling it. The thing is, though, is that as far as the moonshine goes, we're only going to discover who's willing to buy it once we locate that area. So first we need to find the area, and then, of course, we'll find out. What is somewhat concerning is we've got an agent here from the Federal Bureau of Prohibition, and he's in our neighborhood. This is one of the worst starts you can get, having, of course, a Prohibition agent in your neighborhood. That can cause a lot of problems. So, you know, just to make sure, I think we should sell off that booze. Right, we're lickety-split. Let's just get that booze sold fast. Come on, put that on the truck. I'm gonna get it in there, get that brick wine in there, finish loading. She's probably not gonna buy any because she just purchased some. So we're gonna wait. But another beautiful thing that we're gonna learn about this turn, my friends, is something that every mafia needs to know about: extortion. And we are gonna be extorting this fellow right here, Harold Titov. And as you can see, we're gonna demand payment from him. He was nice enough to pay us. Sometimes when they don't, we might need to rough him up a little bit. Now, what that payment's gonna do, sure, it may get us a little profit, nothing serious, but it's going to probably pay for these other businesses and, of course, the campaigns we're doing in the neighborhood. Just as long as he doesn't go ratting to the neighbors about how mean we were to him. I mean, I really hope that doesn't occur, but you never really know. So let's take a look here, and again, more support. Really, my approach is to just get the support in the neighborhood really, really high, so that even if we end up extorting these people, they're going to be so reliant on us, they're not even going to know the difference. Let's go ahead and head down here, folks. The other thing I'm not liking about this start is you can see a lot of this neighborhood has no actual avenues, which means we're probably going to extend down this block and have to extend over here and over here to actually locate any businesses, legitimate and otherwise, to be able to expand. At the same time, we've kind of got a soft start up here away from other gangs from what I can see, but we will be encountering gangs shortly, I can tell you that. So as you can see, yeah, we're going to have to go up this way, and I think we should probably start up there, although now that we're already... Now, never mind. We can keep on going, but at some point, I think we should go this way. Right now, we're just discovering any and all businesses in this general area. There we go, guys. A new corner acknowledges us and our crew. And, of course, as you can see, our map is a little bit bigger. Just a few more houses that recognize the power of Kiselev. And let's hope, given some time, they're going to recognize it even more. Now, we've gotten our first favor, or as you can see, this guy's asking us for a favor. We'll listen. So we come to this country and they ban alcohol. If we were back home, we could drink as much as we like. Also, if we were back home, I could make as much as I want. Make, you say? Perhaps you'd be willing to teach a countryman like me how to make some booze. Alright, to be honest, I'd feel better if your outfit controlled more territory. If the people are going to take over the city, we should get started. If our people are going to take over the city. Fair enough. So, what we need to do is, of course, get those 5 blocks through our campaigns. And once we do that, this guy is probably going to be giving us a really nice gift. Now, not all of the favors are that simple to fulfill. A lot of them are going to ask for money. A lot of them are going to ask for weapons. And you need to determine whether or not it's a good idea to be giving these folks money and weapons, of course. Let's go ahead and sell them some more brick wine. She's probably prepared to buy a little bit more. Let's go in here. We want to go ahead and ask her. Nope. We are going to have to expand. Now, as you can see, she's got $12 for me, but I'm actually going to leave that 12 bucks there until next month. And we are going to move north, looking for another location, guys, to have an additional front. I would love to have a front over here at the Inn at Illinois. This is actually a famous restaurant in this large office building here. And of course, expanding this into a front would be a dream come true. Now, in this case, she's asking for $220 to make this front a thing. But as you guys know, investments are typically a good thing, especially during this time. And since we're new in this country, I'd love to get started. Unfortunately, she actually turned us down. I am absolutely disgusted, my friends, even more so than you guys. But I'm gonna try to, keep things in perspective and just go ahead, move along, and she's gonna become part of our front anyway. So let's see if she's interested. 240 over here at Edna, Washington, at the coal company. And look at that, guys, yet another front. At some point, we are going to gobble that area up. I have no doubt about it. In fact, one of my biggest goals is going to be to merge these two neighborhoods together as quickly as possible. Your loyalty is going to be rewarded, and just like we did in that other neighborhood, we want to go ahead and, in this case, help out some poor widows and the elderly. Go ahead and fund a community center just so that the people are on our side. Isn't it beautiful, boys and girls? And as you can see, we are getting some common ground. We're eating up the territory in the neighborhood, and given some time, we're going to be completing that mission as well. So at this point, I will be looking for additional missions as well as additional businesses to try and take over. Let's move this way and see what we've got going into this part of the city. Once again, we got a nice little Southern Market Irish grocers. At some point, we are going to be encountering smaller gangs that could pose a threat, and I want to make sure that we have weapons for those gangs. So we do want to be prepared for that. It's another reason I'm looking through the city here for different locations. Now, let's see. They've got stoneware Crocs here at the Orchard Cafe. Pretty much useless to us. And as you can see, our movement points are not great. And I think it's because of the brick wine. I think it's extremely heavy here. So let's get back over here and sell the rest of the wine. Now again, she's going to buy it for a pretty high price. You know what? We're actually going to move north. Yaroslavl is a fellow Russian, by the way, which is just awesome. And we also found a truck company. Now, you guys may think, well, what's so great about a truck company? Well, the thing is, in this game, you need trucks and vehicles to transport your mobsters around. And you're really not going anywhere without them. So in this case, those trucks are hopefully going to be the method of transportation for our other guys, given some time. As you can see here, yeah, he is definitely extremely slow. Once again, guys, our respect is rising. The Chicago Police Department just did a bust on our business location here. I'm just hoping that they didn't manage to get any of the brick wine, but we'll go and take a look here in a bit. She wants to try and trade for grape concentrate, which I'm actually somewhat interested in, but right now my main focus is seeing if our booze has been taken by the cops. How's our front doing? You know what? We have a temporary setback here in the front, so we're just going to go ahead and make sure that that is paid off. Oh, you know what? We're going to be fine. She's nowhere near our main business. In fact, she's all the way up here. So let's end the turn there and really just try and take advantage of these businesses. We will keep going down these blocks, don't get me wrong. But I'm thinking first we want to exploit these. But at the same time, I also want to find those weapons. So let's head over here. Keep on looking. Got a wonderful grocery store here. And once again, someone else trying to get us that grape concentrate. It's leading me to believe that maybe, just maybe, we're going to end up making brick wine, because that's probably going to be the easiest thing to make in this neighborhood. And that can change neighborhood to neighborhood. We also can get this wonderful pocket knife. I'll pick one up right now. In fact, I'll pick two up. because once we get that second mobster, we want to be prepared. And of course, given time, we'll get some pieces, some tools, my friends, some guns, but that's going to take a little while. The story of Kiselev begins. Let's hope that it's a fruitful and productive one. If you guys have enjoyed this episode so far, please be so kind as to hit that like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you in episode 2 if this one is well received. Take care, friends.